everybody. Sorry I'm slightly late. Anyway, I got my cup of coffee. I hope all is well. And it's Monday, May 1st, 1st of May. Used to be years ago. Originally, 1st of May was originally May Day. It was celebrated. It's not done that so much anymore. I don't know if Russia still does it. They used to celebrate it because they considered it as their national holiday. I don't know if they don't do it anymore or not. So anyway, things have been good over the weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend and everything. Seattle Kraken won the first round of their series against the Colorado Avalanche, and so now they go on to round two, and round two they'll be facing the Dallas Stars. So I would suspect either last night or today they're flying down to Dallas. Tomorrow the second round is supposed to start. What they call the semifinals. Second round is supposed to start, and they compete for a spot for the the conference championship. So we'll see how that goes. Go Kraken. And of course the Mariners won their game. And of course, unfortunately, in the XFL, the minor football league, the Seattle Sea Dragons lost to DC Defenders, and so the DC Defenders go on to, hi Dusty, DC Defenders go on to the XFL Championship, which occurs on May 13th, I think it is. So, anyway, sports world, they're busy, very busy. Now, as far as the news goes, I swear at times both Trump and his lawyer at the E.G. Carroll trial come out of the same obtuse, idiotic mold, if you will. His Tapatino, whatever his name is, he doesn't seem to get it through his thick skull, and there's some things you know you cannot do during a trial. I don't think the guy's had any trial experience. And he keeps being argumentative when you're not supposed to be argumentative during the cross-examination. You're just supposed to question. Just put out questions there. And let the jurors decide. Well, he keeps making argumentative, and that's pretty good, Dusty. I like that. That's so funny. Thanks for the laugh, Dusty. I really need it. Yeah. Anyway, he keeps making things argumentative. And the judge says, no, get on with the questions. And let her finish her answers. And then, of course, Trump keeps putting out social media posts trying to influence the jury and everything else. And the judge is about this close to, I think he's about this close to imposing a gag order on Trump. And also he feels that taco peanuts, they should call them, is trying to influence trying to help with the social media to the jury, which is a no-no. Okay? He's not supposed to talk about the case outside court. And he's an idiot. So, And they're losing the case. And they know they're losing the case. It just, Trump doesn't have any self-awareness of right and wrong. So, I hope the judge will slap him with something. He needs to have a gag order on Trump. And also, if and when the indictments come out in Georgia, I hope the prosecutor there throws Trump in jail and keep him there. Put him in isolation where he cannot have any contact with any, can't have electronics, he can't this, he can't the other, and he's just basically muffled. They said, well, that's in violation of his First Amendment rights. I go, yeah, right. When he starts trampling on other people's rights when he was in office. And it's been, what, 2 years now? 3 years now. I think 2023. Been 3 years now since he's been on office, and by this time he should have had, if he's under indictment, he should not be allowed to be, allowed to leave the country. He should have his plane locked up. He should have his passport taken away from him. And I think the Federal Elections Commission needs to yank his application to run for office. And same way with DeSantis. DeSantis is violating Florida law. He's flaunting Florida law that he's running for president, but according to Florida law, which you know, Dusty, who's in Scotland? Trump? He should not be allowed to go. Matter of fact, should lock him up in Scottish prison. Yeah. Or not allow Trump to come back into this U.S. And said, well, if you don't come back in, then we will arrest you. Put a warrant out for his arrest. I don't care if he was an ex-president. He's a private citizen. He's no longer... Yeah, you'd think they would. Unless they didn't know he left the country. I don't know what restrictions the New York judge put on him. Wish we knew. Yeah. If I was a judge and he was doing this, I go, no, you can't go. You're staying here. And if Trump throws a temper tantrum like a 5-year-old, let him throw a temper tantrum. Then he could throw it while he's in jail. And people say, well, you're being hard-nosed. And I go, well, so. You know, there's some rules I don't like either, but unless they update the rules or make changes to it, then yeah, but oh yeah, they would have to, Nancy, because if they're planning a trip to Scotland, they do the same type of methods like they do with President Biden when he travels. And so, frankly, you know what? I think the Secret Service should be yanked from Trump. Or order the Secret Service that, you know what, we got orders to go home. And you're going home. And we're turning you over to the federal marshals. You know, and then the Secret Service is yanked. Because if he's indicted and everything else, he should not have Secret Service protection. Because he's already got a rap sheet now, and he's already got 34 federal felony counts against him right now. And I wish they'd hurry up and do the trial now. Do the trial in 3 weeks. So, it really frustrates me and frustrates a lot of people, and it frustrates the law enforcement agencies, federal, law enforcement agencies, when they allow Trump to skip almost free. Oh, they refused protection over there in Scotland? Huh. Well, I know Scotland did not like Trump at all because he was attempting to screw them over because of the golf course. And I don't know what town the golf course is under, but I understand the town took over the golf course. So, yeah, he got in trouble with the government of Scotland over that. And, the other thought just occurred to me. Oh, good. I'm glad to see that. Good. Thank you, Dusty. Um, I wonder if Trump is not trying to weasel his way into King Charles's coronation over there. Because I know he wasn't invited, and I know. Yeah, Scots hate him. Well, and UK hates him too. Charles said he never liked the man at all. He says he's crass, he is rude, he doesn't follow protocol when he's instructed to do so, and, he felt at times that Trump kind of treated his mom pretty shabbily, which I do agree. Well, there's videos of that. Sorry. Got the hiccups. No. Now the Queen, she really liked President Obama, and she really liked President Biden and his wife, and Jill Biden Mrs. Biden was showing the Queen several projects that's going on at the White House, and also she was showing what she was teaching. She would teach, of course, Mrs. Biden is a community college professor. So she was showing them what she was teaching the kids, and the Queen was all for it, all for education and everything else. So, I think now they need to throw the guy in prison, throw Trump in prison, keep him there until the trials. So, now on to other things. Of course, you heard on the news of the bank failures that have been going on, first Silicon Valley, and there's one other bank. Well, there's a third bank. It's called First Republic Bank, and it failed. And people were trying to pull their money out of the bank to move it to another bank or to another credit union. But anyway, the federal bank regulatory officials seized that bank, seized First Republic Bank, and the FDIC is paying the insurance to the depositors, and they're selling a good bulk of its assets to J.P. Morgan and Chase Bank. It sounds like kind of monopolizing it, but I don't know. But it's a small bank, and it wasn't following rules and everything else as far as regulations, and I think that's why it failed. Same thing with Silicon Valley. They think the executives got a good hold of the cash and was hoarding it, basically. So, anyway, J.P. Morgan and Chase are taking over the bulk of the assets and also depositors. And they give the depositors a choice, either staying with J.P. Morgan Chase, or they can withdraw their money in their both savings and checking accounts and move it to another bank, or move it to a credit union. And you know what I suggest to those depositors? Go to a credit union. Because if you're with a credit union, you are part owner. You're part owner of that credit union. In other words, you basically own a bank. That's what you're doing. That's what a credit union is. And I love my credit union. And I bank with Boeing Employees Credit Union. And so, matter of fact, there's a number of people in South Carolina that there's a BCU credit union over there, too. So, anyway, the regulatory banking officials are going through all the small banks and double checking everything and uncovering several others. And they also, I think they're uncovering some corrupt things that are going on that's been in hiding. Probably for the criminals, it's easier to do it in a small bank than in a large bank. In a large bank, it'll show up more. But, you know, hold on a second, I need to clear my screen here. So, anyway, on that, I hope they keep digging and hope they keep making sure everybody's on the, following their P's and Q's on anything. Now, I feel sorry for some of the customers at First Republic Bank having to see this, and I bet they're not very happy at all. And so, and there's some people that have, community banks are pretty good. Their setup is a lot stronger than some of the others. And so, it's what you're happy with, what your convenience is, and, the percentage rates and everything. So, let's hope it's all fixed. Now, of course, with the bullies of the world, I'll talk to them in a few minutes. Bullies of the world need to take notice. We will not stand for being bullied by other fascists and dictator-type countries, ever, like North Korea. And China needs to stop. They need to leave Taiwan alone. And stop bugging them. Taiwan does not belong to you anymore, China. Taiwan is its own nation. And we could support, we could trade with any nation that we want to. And stop acting like a bunch of 5-year-old kids in a schoolyard. In other words, pull the gaslighting and other stuff on them. That's what they're acting like. Odin's better be careful, but he may receive his own medicine. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for, you may get it. And you think the dictators would learn this by now. Uh, Several dictators lost their lives by due to their own citizens doing them in, saying enough's enough. You know, look what happened in Yugoslavia just after when the Russian Federation collapsed, the Russian Soviet Union collapsed in 1989. This Yugoslavian dictator got done in because people had enough of his cruelty. It had to stop. So I don't like fascists. I don't like people saying there, well, you can't believe in this, and you can't learn this, and you can't learn that. And I tell them, well, you know what? Keep it up and you'll receive the middle finger. And especially those that sit there and lump all the religions in one group. Can't do that. Not all religions are the same. Some are set up, and those that don't understand it, go check out the history. And you'll find many of them are uber, oh yeah, no kidding, Dusty. Sooner or later, the Russian people will have enough and they will storm. And including his inner circle will, you know, his security will withdraw, and the FSB may do him in. Because they don't, about 3/4 of the Russian citizens and the government did not want the war. They go, no, leave Ukraine alone and stop land grabbing. Would Putin listen? No, he's like Trump. He thinks he's above everybody else. Well, I got news for Putin. He's going to get slapped, and he's going to get slapped hard. And I hope karma bites him soon. And people say, well, you don't say that about leaders and everything else. And I said, Putin's a bully, is what he is. He's not a leader. He doesn't act like a leader. He doesn't protect his people. He doesn't make his country prosperous or anything else. He just does whatever he wants to do. Oh, yeah. And guess what? Even his generals out on the field are refusing to follow orders because he's not listening to them. He said, well, we need this and that and the other. You know what? We lost quite a bit of our equipment. Some of it was stolen. And the equipment that was able to be salvaged by the Ukrainian armed forces are turning that same equipment against Russia. So in other words, they're fixing things up, cannibalizing, that type of thing, and then going after Russia. Ukraine doesn't like fighting them either, okay? Ukraine basically, well, you know what? I think Putin needs to be starved. You know, the guy needs to be thrown in prison, thrown in jail, hold a trial for crimes against humanity, and all the other threats he's doing. Because right now, there are 2 new members of NATO, which is Sweden and Finland. And if you try touching them, oh boy, you'd be in big doo-doo. And sooner or later, people will go after him, Dusty. They will. They won't have enough. They'll say, screw it. Let's go after him. Because I understand from, I've heard previous stories, FSB, which is the counterpart. Oh yeah, well, I don't think they'll make it quietly. I don't think they'll just put it on television and put it on notice and to the other dictators around the world and say, see, this is what happens. You know. And when it does, I hope they get a good ethical leader in Russia and do some cleaning, get rid of the corruption, and start putting things back the way it was, and also help Ukraine repair as well. Okay, well, it's 1:27. It's time for me to sign off. I will see you guys on, let me check my calendar. Hold on 1 minute. I will see you guys on Wednesday, 1 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm going to a small group luncheon for my church. It's 1:27 here. And I hope the weather's not too bad where you are, Dusty. It's been pretty nice this weekend. It's been very sunny and everything. It's just the other areas of the country have been hit. Northern Florida, of course you already know this, Dorothy, before I sign off. Northern Florida got, Palm Beach Gardens got hit by a tornado. Did some damage to it. So, just be careful. It's just cloudy here. I don't think it's going to rain. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, it said it will rain off and on here. That's okay. That's cool. So anyway, I will see you guys on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And be sure to persist, insist, and share. I don't mind sharing. I will be posting this video on my YouTube channel. By the way, it's growing a little bit, but I need more subscribers. I need to get up to at least 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers in order to go live at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. You're welcome, Dusty. It's good seeing you guys. And I love you all. And please take care, stay safe, keep a weather eye to the sky, because Mother Nature's not over yet. She's still raging, so please take care and be careful. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.